what I'm looking for when I see a give and take of teaching, to me that means that teachers have planned prior to the teaching. There's not one person just sitting back as an instructional assistant, just supporting the children. So a good co-teaching model is when I see both teachers give and take. If one teacher is giving direct instruction and has left something out, the other teacher jumps right in. And you don't know, in a good co-teaching situation, you don't know who's special ed and who's general ed. So there's that good give and take. We do have maybe 2 or 3 of those wonderful marriages in our school. Not everyone, and it takes time. It takes time.
I know for me, I love to teach. I love to get up in front of class, and relinquishing that. Not that he does a bad job or anything. He does a better job of a board layout and drawing the geometric shapes than what I ever will. But it's just a matter of not being the one teaching. It's not even a power issue. It's just I like to be up front. But it's good to be able to sit back and watch how the kids react to his teaching. And you know, I still learn things from him as well. I hope he still learns things from me. But it's a matter of building that trust to the point where I know there's not a doubt in my mind he's going to do the best job he can. So I feel comfortable with what he does in the classroom. And it was easy. It's getting easier and easier to let him teach. Like at first he wasn't hardly teaching anything, but now he's teaching whole chapters at a time. So we've actually gone from me being the main teacher to we both do the same thing. We just switch off roles.
Over how many years?
And when she's talking about the teaching, for the first couple of years, we would just have it that I would be, checking the homework or doing some of the review behind the scenes. But as far as the initial instruction, she'd be in charge of that. Luckily, we do have a planning period, a common planning period. So we try and get together as much as we can, either here or informally, just in the hallways.
And prior to the Office Snow Days, we had PLC meetings where the entire geometry team would get together with that delayed opening on Wednesday. So therefore, that would give us time to plan not only as a team, but with the whole department.
Don't separate the students that much unless I'm pulling the students for a quiz or a test. Sometimes in that smaller classroom, I might remind them an extra time about what's coming up, what's due, or remind them of strategies that'll help them on that quiz, or go over the directions a little bit more clearly. So I try and do some of that, in the other classroom. But as far as here in this one setting, I think we're all pretty much on the same page.
I think it's really important for administrators to understand that co-teaching relationship and before making a decision whether that will work in their school or not, step back and really go into classes and observe and look at your data and see, is it working for kids on assessments? Are students happy? Are teachers happy? Before you can make any decision, you really need to know if that works or not. So I would say, first of all, just step back and observe and know your school, know your students. Don't make a decision based on what fits in that master schedule, because you can always step back and rework a master schedule. So listen to your teachers, listen to your parents, and understand what's best for students first.